Hello, everybody. In today's book review, I'm going to be reviewing the book called Little Pretty Things by Lori Rader-Day. The book itself is about 300 pages. It probably took me maybe a month or so to get through, and that's just because of work and everything like that. Kind of takes me a little longer than expected. Little Pretty Things is actually a mystery thriller that came out in 2015. It was nominated for the Anthony Award for Best Paperback in 2016, as well as it did win the Mary Higgins Clark Award for Best Paperback as well. So I'm going to go ahead and read the back cover for you guys just so you kind of have an idea of what the book was about. Juliet Townsend is used to losing. Back in high school, she lost every track team race to her best friend, Madeline Bell. Maddie. Was such a great name. Great name. 10 years later, she's still running behind, stuck in a dead-end job cleaning rooms at the Midnight Inn, a one-star motel that attracts only the cheap or the desperate. But what life won't provide, Juliet takes. Then, one night, Maddie checks in, well-dressed, flashing a huge diamond ring and as beautiful as ever. What Maddie isn't. Maddie has it all. By the next morning, though, Juliet is no longer jealous of Maddie. She's the chief suspect in her murder. To protect herself, Juliet investigates the circumstances of her friend's death, but what she learns about Maddie's life might cost Juliet everything she didn't realize she had. So obviously the book is about like a murder mystery of this Maddie character. I actually read the book. She does not last long. I will say. Her friend, Juliet, who she hadn't been really talking to since high school, has to like help solve her death. So my thoughts on the book were, if you're really into track or if you were into track in high school or something, it's definitely, it focuses a lot around the track team and how much it affected her, like racing and growing up and kind of always being second. For any of you that know me personally, no, I was not on the track team. I am not a crazy sports person. So for me, it was kind of boring sitting there reading about, and then I ran another lap and everything like that. So it's just not something that interests me. But if you were into sports and stuff, I think it would be like a little bit easier, more interesting for you. The other part I really did not care for too much in the book is Juliet talks about, and she's a main character, she talks about how she feels kind of like sad about her life because she sees Maddie come back into town and, Maddie's done all these amazing things and, traveled and, got a good job, went to college. Whereas Juliet has only lived at her mom's house, never really pursued college, she just never did anything with her life. And that's like one of my biggest fears, I moved away from my hometown. And don't get me wrong, I love my hometown. You guys out there, you know who I'm talking about. But I don't think that would have been the life I would have wanted. So for anyone that's moved away from the hometown, it's kind of hard to read the perspective of somebody that feels so bad about their life that they just kind of feel like stuck or dead end or not as good as somebody that has left. So that was kind of sad for me to read. But overall, the book was really good. It was really easy to read. Like there wasn't any crazy confusing parts or anything like that. So my rating for this book was about 4 stars, simply because of the whole how focused it was about the track team, and that's not something I'm really interested in. Other than that, the mystery itself and like who did it, you really don't find out until like the last few chapters. So it's really suspenseful and very well written. But yeah, so I gave it a 4 stars, which turns out I match Amazon again. So I did check on Amazon and they also gave it a 4 star. So I am not alone. The book on Amazon right now is going for about $5, I believe. You can find it used for probably like $1, $1.20 or something. Yeah, and you can obviously rent it from any library, locally or whatever. I just got mine from the library. I chose the book because I usually look for like popular books or highly rated nonfiction. I got enough real life. I really, sometimes it's nice to take a break and just read something nonfiction because my life is so fiction and real. I like to take a break from reality and read something totally different. Plus, I really like mystery thrillers and stuff. So this book was like right up my alley. Alrighty, thank you guys so much again for watching this week. If anyone's curious of the book that I will be reviewing in the next video, it's going to be A Man Called Ove, or Ovi. There we go. It's by Frederick Backman. And I'm going to go ahead and read that, and I'll have a review out for that shortly, so if you want to read along. I just rented it from my library. I'm sure you can find it somewhere online. And I will see you guys in the next video, and just remember, keep it weird, alright? Alright? Peace! So I'm just going to go ahead and read the back here, just so you guys kind of get a sense about what the book is about. Juliet Townsend is used to losing. Back in high school, she lost every race team... oh my. Or just like me, you can rent it from the library. Yep, got that CPC. That's Chicago Public. Oh my gosh.